Guys, sales, let's talk sales. So I assume you've got leads set up, you've got a lead generation, a click funnel or something set up so you've got leads coming in the door. So how do we convert leads to sales? It's a $1 million question actually, which is something that I'm really good at because I love sales. And it's very important to set up a system that works for you. So when you do get people coming in, so you get your leads, we need to qualify them. So by qualifying them, need to make sure, so one of the things you can ask leading questions to get the answers. So what I suggest is set up a series of questions asking so you can qualify the person or particular buyer. So I'm not a car salesman, but I know when you walk into a car sales shop, they're going to ask you if you got your finance approved. Boom, qualify, that person's ready to buy. When I was in real estate, one of the questions we'd ask, have you got finance approved? What particular area you're looking to purchase in. So then you can sort of hone down what their needs are. In the gym industry and fitness industry, we'd ask them too if they've got support from their partner as well. So if they did join today, because one of the questions that they'll do or way to get out of this when you're about to sign them up is, I just need to talk to my partner, I need to think about it. So you what the idea is to put together, we call it a needs analysis. So you get basically, which you go through and you'll have a set of series questions. They'll help qualify them. So you can overcome the objections before you actually do the actual sale. So the whole process starts with a needs analysis or a questionnaire, finding out whether that's qualifying them first. And you can do that on the phone to find out basically are they ready to buy without asking them, do you want to buy today? One of the things I've used before is, when are you ready to get started? If I was a videographer, like the videographer behind the screen here, one of the questions I'd be asking too is, do they have a budget in mind? Have they looked at other videographers? Are they aware how much it costs? They might tell you, and they might say, I'm not exactly sure. Or they might even say, look, I've used so-and-so before, we've done this. That just gives you an idea and you can qualify and hone in for what they're looking for as well. Most importantly though, when you are talking to a particular customer or a lead as well, it's really important to find out the personality. So we did talk before about the 6 human needs, and all of us there's 6 human needs we have as a person, and which one resonates to them. So when someone comes into and they're, like me, I'm a high D, I just tell me the price, boom, I want to know. If you just say hit the price and then you just say, oh, it's this much, if you generally want to deflect and say, oh, what exactly you're looking for, and try and hone into exactly what they want. Because if you just go, oh, look, say they ring in for a gym membership, and we had gyms that are selling memberships for $5 a week down the road, and we're $20 a week. And these people ring and go, how much is your membership? I said, oh, what type of training are you looking at doing? And deflected. So I didn't say I wouldn't tell them. I just said, oh, look. And then they kept pushing, and then I gave a range. So you could give a range for your pricing between, say I was shooting videos between $100 to $1,000, depending on what sort of video shoot and editing's involved. However, we do custom video shoots for you. So if you want to, when you want to sit down and go through the pricing, did you have a budget in mind? That's also honing down so you're not letting them run the conversation, because if you are selling, you need to be in control of the conversation as well. And I've had people bring lawyers to meetings for a gym membership going through the contract. Now, I don't even know all the terms of the contract. I'm not a contractual lawyer, but this lady brought someone. Now, why did she bring someone to the interview for? She wanted someone to help her. Yeah, well, I went through the 6 years. Now that I understand how it works, she needed certainty. She needed certainty that contract was safe, and she wasn't. And when I asked questions before, she'd signed up for contracts for phones and stuff, and so she was very nervous. And you won't know those sort of things until you start asking a series of questions as well. So we found in the gym industry too, people were asking, or they were objecting to the same questions over and over again. So we kind of worked out and go, okay, well, these are the five common reasons that people would say, and one of them is price. I want to think about it. Then if they do say I want to think about it, then you pause and you say, what exactly do you want to think about? And you wait, because whoever speaks first loses. And you let them tell you, oh, it's a bit expensive compared to so-and-so down the road. I say, oh, that's okay. Do you? I'll explain the differences though. And when I did explain that particular gym has 4,000 members and they're all young teenage boys and girls on their phones and you can't get on a machine, the difference between here and there is $15 a week or $2 something dollars a day, but the convenience of being able to get on a machine and not waiting 3 hours to do a workout. So it's called breaking it down to the ridiculous as well. So there's ways you can overcome an objection during the sales process, but you won't know unless you ask the right question. So seek to understand, because you need to know why they're objecting and why they're not going to join, or why they're not going to buy your services. Firstly, too, you need to know why they're going to buy your services and what they want. And you won't know what they want unless you ask the question. So if you're a doctor, or you went into the doctor and the doctor went and just wrote out a script, and you just walked in and sat down with him, you'd be wanting to walk straight out and go, I don't think that doctor's very good. So don't blurt out exactly how much you cost until you ask what all the things are, or the symptoms, and then you can give the price. Because remember, in your industry, when you sit down in front of someone, you are the expert, and the expert needs to ask questions because to give the best value and the best possible product for that person, right? The other thing too is mirroring the customer. So I didn't realise this, but one of my staff said to me, a little old lady came in, and she's sitting across from me, and when I'm talking with her, I'm quite loud and I'm an extrovert. But when I was talking to this lady, my tone dropped, my mirroring dropped, my whole persona dropped, because I was mirroring the customer. Now that comes down to the body language, like when you see people sitting like this, and how you react to different things. So it's very important to mirror the person, sit across from the person. Sitting on an angle, that's more friendly. Sitting face to face is a job interview. So there's lots of different things with body language, and then observing what the other person's doing as well. And most importantly too, if there's a male and female, please don't assume the male is the decision maker. It's one of the dumbest things you can ever do. Both parties, you have to talk to them equally. And if you're going to shake hands, you shake hands with both parties, even if maybe you can't nowadays, but if you do, they're both the same, they're both equal, so speak to them equally. And make sure that you're asking both questions as well, because you will ruin a sale too if you're talking to a male and female. So I was very, very fortunate that my mum taught me that at an early age, having a single mum. She's a decision maker, so both couples, treat them equally, ask them a series of questions, and involve people as well, and get them nodding, get them saying yes. So as I'm going through, and I might be joining someone up, or selling a franchise, or selling a business, I'm going through and I've qualified the buyer to start with, or the person, the customer. I've gone through their needs, just asked them what they wanted. I've overcome the objections that I know are potentially coming as well, which is all part of your system. And then you're going to do what we call trial closes as well. And saying, look, if I could build you the perfect videographer thing and it gave you all these sales, would you be happy with that? Yes. So if you got this, would you be happy with that? Yes. So you're doing the yes already. So they already get them on the yes mode, so they're ready to go. Because you don't go in for the sale straight away, as I said before. And then when you do go through, and then when you do eventually get the sale and you close the sale, then make sure you get referral customers, because your referral customers are the ones that you can do as well. That's your future business. That's your crops of the future. So that's what I would do, guys. That's my top tips for sales.